Hello, and welcome back to the Coop Villa channel. I'm Scott Cooper, and the boys are all back for our review of all the transfers and just a bit of a catch up with all the week's news and everything to do with Aston Villa. So join us after this, and okay, yes. So welcome back, everyone. All the lads are here for the first time in a while, and we are here to talk about everything Aston Villa. The end of the season is here. We're in the off season, but there's still plenty to talk about. And I'm going to start with Tommy because he wasn't here last week, or 2 weeks ago now, when me and Noah had our end of season wrap. And the big news, I guess, that we touched on then and you guys weren't here to talk about was Bubakar Kamara coming to Aston Villa from Marseille for how much was it? Does anyone know? I think it was undisclosed, maybe.
Kamara was a free.
Free. Okay, there you go. That's why I don't know. It was a free transfer from Marseille. He's a defensive midfielder. And what do you guys think, Tommy, starting with you?
I heard he's an 8 and they just slot him into the 6th role because he's actually good at interceptions and tackling. Even bigger news is Anthony Albanese getting voted in as Labour. I think that's a bit bigger, Scott.
Okay. No? Well, we can turn this into a political podcast if you like, but I don't know. Like, what's your view on the Green New Deal? No, we don't want to talk about that. Come on.
I settled my home loan rate at 2.14% variable about a month ago, and it's got up not 0.25 but up 0.5. So now I'm at 2.89%. It's about an extra $3,200 a year in interest. Thanks, guys.
Well,
anyway, back to Villa.
Well, Albanese Lemon Squeezy has not.
Just a quick one. I reckon we're not doing the quiz this podcast, so I'm just going to throw it out there. One of the questions, I'll take my 6 points in advance now.
Okay.
Diego Carlos, which we'll get to. Guy's an absolute weapon. Brother knows him on FIFA, so he must be good.
Good on FIFA.
So, I think one of the questions was Sevilla had the second best goals conceded against record, which is second to Real Madrid, and they conceded 31 goals in La Liga this season. Now, if that's not a question, resign.
That wasn't a question, but we can.
Nonetheless, I heard it. So anyway, Scott,
there probably will be something about Diego Carlos in the quiz next week. Yes. That's probably a good bet. And Troy, what were your thoughts on Kamara, and how are you feeling? Are you feeling better?
More politics. Absolutely.
Well, I was, but the start of this podcast has fucked me right up again, hasn't it? Look, I didn't know. Look, like most people, I've never heard of the bloke, and then you watch a few YouTube videos and look at stats, and of course you know all about him. I watched him in the France game the other day.
Yeah,
and considering it was his first run out for his nation, I was really impressed. He looked composed. He was constantly looking around. Probably a little bit too much. At one stage, he was too busy rubbernecking like this, and he lost control of the ball. Excuse me, sorry. He reminded me very much of a deep sitting. What's the lad who used to play for Blues? Plays for England midfielder.
I knows he's wearing their beanie.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yes.
Well,
yeah. No. Who am I thinking of? Went to Dortmund. Oh my
God. Bellingham. Yeah.
He reminds me of a slightly deeper lying Bellingham. He had the composure. He had the control. His timing of tackles was good. He had a range of passing. I think the guy's going to be good. I think the big question is, who do we partner him with? Is he going to be a single pivot? Is he going to be part of a double pivot? Will Dougie Luiz sit next to him and look better pushing slightly forward, or will he operate on his own? But I'm excited to see him. For me, he's our most exciting signing so far. But a lot of people have looked at him, have looked at Carlos in defence and saying, okay, well, we're going to push for Europe. But I think we need to look back at this time 12 months ago and we'd signed Bailey. We were making some exciting moves, and people are saying, well, this is our push for Europe. And look what a disaster season it really was. I mean, I'll give it a D plus at best. And I think it's a case in this league. You need to improve in a couple of areas just to stand still. So from what I can see so far, we're standing still. The next couple of signings will determine how far up the table we push, I think.
I disagree. I think Bailey's a good signing. You look at a lot of the hate he was getting when Diab, a lot of people probably don't even know who he is outside of the EPL. And Danny Ings, I mean, he's good, but everyone kind of knows, he's not getting any younger, but he's there to serve a purpose. He's not a world beater, but he's there to put the ball in the back of the net, which unfortunately he didn't for us. Kamara, you look at the clubs that were linked with him, a lot of big clubs, Champions League clubs, a lot of that he's one of the hottest prospects on the planet, especially free agent. So when you take the free agency into consideration, we could throw crazy wages at him. He's one of the hottest prospects, and he's young. Carlos, everyone says, how the hell did Villa get this guy? That's the general consensus. Why did he go to Villa? This guy, coming off one of the best clean sheets in Europe, with Sevilla, good team, second in, like I said before, second to Real Madrid in the Liga. There's a reason why, him and Koundé will keep holding that fort tight. So I think he's going to be the signing of the season for us. And unfortunately, I don't know, a few other rumours saying that we've ended our pursuit in another centre-back, but you never know. I saw someone post something like, Villa, whoever it says that we're linked with on Twitter and all this momentum, just scrap that. So Tarkowski, in other words, and Basuma, probably not going to happen. We always seem to find good players or gems just out of nowhere. We announced the signing on the day. So I think that's how it's going to be. Even Neil Critchley just came out of nowhere and, he had rave reviews, Blackpool, I think it was. So he had rave reviews around him, which we'll probably touch on Beale's departure. But no, I think we're signing quality players. If I ask my brother who's Carlos and Kamara, he'll know them. If I say Buendia, he might have heard of him, and anyone else, they're like Bailey, he's all right. But you say Carlos, my brother's like, how the hell did Villa sign him? So no, I think we've made statement signings now, Troy.
No, I think it's very exciting. I think that's a good comparison with Kamara and Bellingham. I think they are quite similar players. They're quite, they're both good on the ball, but defensively aware and probably, got more of a defensive head on in that midfield than anything we've had for a long, long time. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. And as you touched on, Tommy, Diego Carlos was the other big signing for £26 million, I think it was, from Seville. So very exciting. And I listened to a podcast recently with Jules Laurent, who's the French football expert, and he couldn't believe that Villa got Kamara and Carlos. He thought this was huge. He knows French football and Spanish football very well. And yeah, so it's turning heads, these signings that we're making, and I think it can only bode well. And I think we're not finished yet. Noah, also, one of the sort of rumors that's going around at the moment is Moise Kean from Juventus, part of a swap deal with Dougie Luiz, who is wanted by Juve. Apparently, Allegri is a big fan, so that would be an interesting swap. What are your thoughts on that if that could happen?
I mean, I'm obviously very impressed. He's done well in Ligue 1, I think, with PSG. Unfortunately, didn't do so well in the Premier League with Everton when he was last year on loan. Was it on loan? I think he might have been permanent. I don't remember what his move was, but he didn't do too well in his last in the Premier League. But I've also seen us linked with your favourite player, I think, of all time, Richarlison, Scottie, who I don't think you like.
I called it a while ago. I said, I think they get relegated, and they didn't. And I saw comparison between him and Watkins.
Right. And which one's the biggest? I'm pretty sure it's Richarlison.
Didn't he get into a fight with one of his teammates?
Yeah, with Vinicius Junior.
10 goals and 5 assists in the last however many games. He finished on a high, Richarlison, and they can say what you want about him, but he put that team on his back when they needed him.
No, he did.
I take that 9 times out of 10. And Ollie's a great workhorse, but I said I will pick who finds the back of the net at the end of the day. That's what forwards are designed to do. And I think we'll splash big on a forward.
I can't get behind Richarlison. Sorry,
yeah,
I just can't.
I keep seeing you on Twitter. You're like, no.
I will dye my hair blonde. All right, there we go.
Can someone clip this moment right now? This moment, because I'm not letting him live that down if we sign him. But
So
I'd be happy. I'd be happy with either or. Obviously, I think Richarlison's a player that you love to have on your team. You hate to verse sort of player. He's got attitude problems, but as Tommy said, he finishes.
Again, he's a prick, but he's a prick you know that you want on your team if you had him. And I take a prick because at the end of the day, that's aggression. That's what I want up front. You know, if we can have players like him, Carlos, we've got some steel in the midfield.
A lot of Brazilians. Seeming before we signed
contingency, exactly, and Carlos, yeah.
But before we signed Wesley or Douglas, whichever was the first signing, we had never had a Brazilian to play for Aston Villa. And now we've got like 45 of them. So
Aston
Villa.
I know it's the Samba Beats coming to Birmingham somehow. But no, I mean, I'll get behind him if he does sign. But he's the kind of player that him and Bruno Fernandes for me just frustrate me so much watching them because their attitude, just the way they dive and roll around and complain and argue and yell at their own teammates. And
Ollie dives though as well, and he's a pommy.
Yeah, Ashley Young says hello.
Yeah, I had to say, yeah.
Look, it's the diving with everything else involved. Okay, like but you know, if he was good for us, then I wouldn't care. Sorry, I've got technical issues.
I think while you saw that out, Scotty, I think one of our biggest, the biggest hurdles we're going to have to overcome this season. If you have a look at Kamara, however you pronounce it, I think he has played a lot of games at centre back. He does have a natural tendency to fall back towards the back four a little bit, whereas Dougie Loyes was the opposite. He tended to go forward, and this was a big problem. You know, passes could go around him. So in doing that, we're going to secure the defense. And on the one good side, you know what? If he stops one goal a game, that's one less that we have to score. The problem is the link between the backs and the more attacking flair players in the midfield is going to be key. If we can get a player to link the defensive midfield and the attacking midfield, then I think we're pretty much sorted. That player is going to be key for me.
Yeah, and his name's John, and it's about time he plays a bit further up.
100%.
Do you think?
Both feet. He can ping a long ball. He can play a short ball. McGinn's an attacker. Look at him for Scotland. Why is he booming for them and he struggles for us? There's got to be.
He was awful for Scotland against Ukraine the other week. But,
yeah.
One game. The ground was a bit wet from Zinchenko's tears in every photo. Jesus, mate. I understand, but like, come on. Photo. I've never seen one of him at least smiling.
Just hello to our Ukrainian subscribers. Thanks for.
What is Tommy is the most political person today? Talking about something that half the viewers won't understand, and then bringing this stuff up.
He's gone to America and he's come back like polarized politically.
What was on that pizza?
Yeah,
I'm getting my next too.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah. I mean, McGinn. You know, we need a good mix in there. We need. I think Kamara can link and can play balls forward and can be, progressive when he's on the ball. But yeah, I think hopefully him bringing a bit of solidity to that position, because we had Louise in there, we had Nakamba in there this season. We haven't had a settled CDM since God knows.
I can't remember, but
yeah.
We haven't had it.
It struggled in his last game as well.
If McGinn can get his fitness up. And I think this is a good segue into our new coach. If he can get his fitness up, maybe he can be that player. But after 60, 65 minutes, he's knackered. So let's see what the new coach can bring. Who wants to talk about him?
When he does try to push further up, he's pushing up further than where he's supposed to be. And then he's got to do a lot more chasing back. And you seem to lung bursting wrong. So I don't blame him for it. But, you're right. That comes down to tactics. If he's played in the front third or, in the front half, wherever it is, past the CDM, then he doesn't have to track back as much because you've got someone like Kamara cleaning up and he's that little, reinforcement in front of defense. Well, that's great. Again, to kind of stay up front, stay in the front third or, front half. I think Kamara also might allow us to play Coutinho and Boudin together.
Yeah, I think he would too because he's a general. He's something like what most big clubs.
He doesn't look like it. He doesn't look like it.
He doesn't, but he is.
30 and he's got 2 sleeve tats and he's, whatever. But he's a bit of a dog. I've seen the way We need that.
But if you look at the big Premier League clubs, you look at Liverpool, they have Fabinho, who's an absolute general. Like he just marshals everything.
Yeah.
Rodri, I feel, is that guy for City, as much as he might not look
Underrated,
like it.
Rodri, so
Very
underrated.
underrated. And then you look at someone, I don't know, like Kante, who's just an absolute just warrior for Chelsea. Every club has that general. And if you look at our midfield, Douglas Luiz isn't a general. He's on a marshal. Nakamba, as much as I love his smile, he's not a marshal. Like he's just not that type of player. Like we haven't had someone like this that I can remember for a very long time.
I'm kind of pissy that apparently we've given up hopes on Basuma and all.
Yeah, we have. Greg Evans tweeted that, so that's tier 1 sort of value there.
Yeah, but I mean, look, we're probably content with Kamara and we keep Nakamba as backup, which to be honest, probably spells out Dougie's exit. And I love Dougie, but
unless he moves Dougie more forward, which he did do when he played Nakamba and Dougie together a few times. So, who knows? But there could be more signings coming. Yeah. There is a few. We'll just before we get onto the coaching news, there's a couple of other rumors going around transfer wise that I wanted to touch on. One is about the guy we were just talking about, John McGinn, little meatball going potentially to Tottenham Hotspur. I heard.
Can't see it.
I can't see it either. I don't think he's a Conte sort of player even. But that I wouldn't want to see it because I think he's still got a place in the team, hopefully, and at least the squad. And I still like him. I still think he gives us quite a lot, and he's sort of that experienced player that's been around the club for a while and knows the fans, knows the club, knows the culture.
So I think he's got more chance of going to Newcastle. It's closer to Scotland. They'll pay an absolute fortune for him, and I think he'd suit them.
Grealish was Villa through and through. Don't even get me started on Delph. Everyone's got a price, Scott. What's your price for McGinn? 50 million?
50 mil. Yeah, 50 I'd be happy with. But again, I probably would rather just keep him.
Really? I understand he's a gun. We all say, he can play, like I say, John McGinn can play for. He's not. So, we need to take the facts as they are. Yeah, he does lung bursting runs. He's great at interceptions, a lot of, tracking back. For 50 million, we can get quite a lot.
No, I don't think you can get better than John McGinn for 50 mil. Not in today's market. No way. What's
the output? What are the stats? Noah, you're the guy.
I don't know, but I'm telling you, if Declan Rice is worth
now,
if the next tier up, Declan Rice, for example, is worth over 100 million now, you cannot replace John McGinn for 50 million.
What about I also heard Oxlade-Chamberlain. I know.
You'd offer more.
No, I'm sorry. He won the Premier League with the one of the, a very good side. He didn't do too much in that. No,
he hasn't played regularly for a long time. No. And we don't want too many Liverpool rejects.
Oh no.
It's becoming enough already. We've got bloody Coutinho. We've got Critchley. So let's talk about that, shall we? So Michael Beale got the job at Queen's Park Rangers.
By the way, it's a good opportunity.
Yes, well done. Head coach role for a while. And I mean, I was pretty devastated with this because I kind of feel like he's the brains behind the whole thing. I think it's not really Gerrard's sort of system. It's more his system, I felt, just by what I read and what I saw. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but you could question if the system was working or not. I think that's a separate argument, but I just think the direction we were going in and the sort of players we were bringing in, like Digne for the attacking fullbacks and all that was all part of a plan, a system that I think was very much Michael Beale's sort of baby. But who knows? Maybe Steven Gerrard can just keep running with it. Maybe, I don't know. What are your thoughts on Beale leaving, first of all?
Could this be another John Terry departing Dean Smith scenario?
Well, that's the question.
However, I will say, I do know Beale said that he wants to take 5 players with him. Timo Rogenbaum, Keenan Davis, Philogene Badace, Kessler Hayden, and who's the last one? Cameron Archer. Did I say that?
Cameron Archer, yeah.
Cameron Archer. He wants to take 5 with to be honest, let's be real. Archer, I think he said Preston. Is that where it was? Yeah.
That's where he wants to go back. Yeah.
Back to. Davis, if we get 15 million for him, like bite their arm off.
And Forrest want to sign him.
I hate it. Rogan Bar. I don't know. Rogan Bar might play third string behind.
He's going nowhere though. He's got Stevie G. She says he's going nowhere. He's going to be in and around the first.
Rogan Bar is a gun, and I'm surprised that he got dropped so easy after some great games. And also, we're talking about this Villa midfield. What about Ramsey? Can't he be the guy that plays in front of Kamara?
Definitely.
He's going to be one of them. Yeah. But there's another one as well,
But we've seen with Ramsey, he'll have 4, 5 good games, fantastic, and then whether it's a mental thing, I don't think it's a fitness thing. He's a young bloke. He tends to fade after a while. I think Ramsey needs run of 4 games and then a break of a couple.
Grealish had it as well, Troy. He'd probably go on a string of 5, 6 good games, have an occasional bad one, maybe 2, and then but players will come back. And I feel like all in all, we look at the season as a whole. Ramsey finished on a high, did well. Faded in and out sometimes, but the whole team was shit. We can't blame him either.
No.
It was crappy.
But with Beale, we saw so many times during the season the wheels would start to fall off, and there'd be big discussions between him and Gerrard, and nothing would really. The substitutions sometimes people would shake their head at. So was it a case that Beale was getting it wrong? Or was it a case that Beale was getting it right and Gerrard wasn't listening to him? What I find really odd is that Beale's decided, I'm going to take my shot at management, whereas Critchley said, okay, I'm going to get out of management. I see a better opportunity for myself at Villa, and I think it's a smart move because at the end of the day, Gerrard's going, or as all managers do. I find it almost impossible to believe that he could be our Sir Alex Ferguson and be here for a couple of generations of footballers. It's not going to happen. So even if we assume that Gerrard's here for even 3 or 4 years, which would be a long time for a manager, who's the logical next person to put in? Your head coach who has management experience at some big football clubs. I think it's a smart move for him. I think it's a smart move by the club, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. I was never a big fan of Beale, to be honest. I really struggled to see what he bought with our talented players.
That's nerd, you know what I mean? Didn't have that authority as a coach. I'm sure people are thinking, and I think that's the one thing with Gerrard. Past players, former players, future players, everyone respects Gerrard.
Yeah.
And if you reach out to a lot of hot people that probably didn't want to come back into management or make that step up, I think for Gerrard, they'd accommodate that for him to help him succeed as well.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of respect. And I think that's one thing that Dean Smith never had from the players, respect. You hear Ramsey say, I used to watch this guy. He was one of my idols. And now you get to play alongside him. And I'm sure he still has the techers in training. Don't get me wrong. So I think I'm going to back Gerrard. I'm going to be honest. I think he's first year done pretty well. We struggled a bit, but we just got to work on consistency. I think maybe a full preseason doesn't help. But now he's going to mold this and make the signings and make this Gerrard's team. So if it falls apart, it's all on him.
Yep,
100%. 100%. It's a huge season for him. And Michael Beale, I guess, must have been doing something right if QPR wanted him. And going back to what you said, Troy, about who knows, was it Gerrard getting it wrong, or was it Beale maybe getting it wrong? Then maybe the fact that he's decided he wants to break free of Gerrard and go his own way, it says that maybe a few of his ideas weren't getting through.
Yeah, very possibly.
Who knows?
Yeah, no, for sure.
But that being said, surely all of Gerrard's guys would have left, not just Beale. He came with a team of like 6 or 7. He had a big team around him, and the rest have stayed. So, if they all didn't like him, maybe they would have sequentially left over the years, but over the last season. But I feel like it's just Beale. Maybe I hope that's not the first of many of some sort of.
I don't think they'll all leave. I think it was an offer that he couldn't refuse.
I think. So. Yeah,
QPR, they're a pretty big club in my opinion. Like they've been in the Premier League a few times. Like they're very historical.
That guy Daniel Ashfield. I don't know if anyone watches him.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah.
Big cool guy.
But
I mean, you look at we talk about our signings, the two standout signings that we've made so far. I think Critchley could and realistically should be our signing of the season. If he's the one that makes the biggest difference, then it'll be an interesting season.
Do you know he's coached against Villa before? Critchley?
Yeah, in the FA Cup, it would have been.
In the League Cup.
League Cup, yeah.
When we won 5-0 and they had the kids and they were away at the World
That's right.
Club Championship or whatever.
Yeah.
And they played the under-23s in the League Cup. So,
he was at Liverpool then, was he?
He was, yes, with Gerard. They were both doing the youngsters. He was the under-23 coach, and I think Gerard was the 16s or the 18s or something.
Yeah, right. So he's only been at Blackpool for a couple of years then.
Oh, so he's actually quite accredited. That's why I didn't know what the backstory of Critchley was.
Yeah.
Well, was it Blackpool? Absolutely. The fans apparently are gutted to be losing him. So
I couldn't believe it.
They did say, I think it was either the president or someone, they said Villa approached us in the right way, so we didn't stand in Neil's way. So that says a lot,
And it says a lot for Gerard if he's willing to give up a head coaching role to be his assistant, I guess. So they must have a good relationship.
I'm thinking, was this maybe conspired behind Bill's back? The whole Smith, Perslow and everyone going behind his back to get Gerard. Was Gerard planning to get rid of Beale and bring Critchley on at some point? At the end of the day, if we're going places, maybe Beale just wasn't cut. Gerard thought long term for the bigger challenge, and maybe he's starting to assemble that new team now. We don't know that.
Who knows? All right. Well, so we'll move on to and it's been internationals for the last week or so, and we had two of our youngsters play and score for the England 21s this week. Ramsey scored a goal against the Czech Republic, I think it was, and Archer got his first goal for England against Austria. Yeah, it was a good goal, and I didn't even know that Archer was in the squad until I saw him come on. Because I knew that Ramsey scored in that first game, and I was like, oh, I'll watch the highlights and have a look, check out the goal, and then at the end, Cameron Archer came on in that game, and I was like, wow, great, good to see.
It's good to see the young guys doing it.
Wasn't an easy finish opposite foot. Archer actually scored some pretty good goals.
He does.
I honestly thought he was going to set the world on fire. I like when he scored that bullet header against Chelsea.
What a header that was, by the way. That's the goal I remember of him.
Give someone their run. I don't care if he's young. If he turns out to be a star, it's it's cost us nothing.
Well, I think Dean Smith would have given him more of a run. When he came in, Archer didn't get the opportunities. I think the loan move will be the best thing for him because he was tearing it up for Preston, scoring some big goals. I think he scored against West Brom or Blues and gave it to the fans. It was just great to see. So
nice.
You love those kind of moments, and
get jabbed after it.
It's good to see how good our youngsters are because not only the under 21s, we've got some players playing in the under 18s, underneath that as well. So Villa youth is very, very exciting, and if they can push into the first team, I'm actually very excited for the future.
Super exciting. That youth system has always been our biggest asset. I've always said that, and I think that right now, it's as strong as it's ever been, or it's been for a long, long time. So, yeah. So that was really good for Ramsey and Archer. Unfortunately, we got no players in the actual England full squad. Ollie Watkins and Tyrone Mings both got dropped for that one. But I think, it's probably a good thing for us that they get a bit more of a rest and a bit more of a break anyway, because
they're out partying together. I'm not sure you saw on Instagram. They're out partying together. So good on them. I mean, that's good. Enjoy it.
Together, we go to war together.
Did Tyrone Mings have his shirt off?
Oh, I believe he did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Death, taxes, and time. Have his shirt off for the certainties in life.
Tyrone dip in the bar? No.
Okay. I'll see if I can find the photo. I'm not sure who posted it. I'll see if I can find it.
I also, I just want to, put it out there. I know we all give Mings shit, but at the end of the day, apart from Carlos, he's got to be the partner in crime. I think he'll shine with Carlos next to him. We all know he's got one occasional error every game, nearly.
Every game. Oh, he's got his shirt on.
He has his shirt on. Yeah, there you go. There's the lads.
There you go. Wow.
I say, to me, I don't think the problem with Mings is his centre back partner. I think it's the problems that are happening in front of him, and a proper defensive midfield in front of us stops the ball coming through. That takes probably 25% of the pressure off him and reduces his chance of fucking up. I think next season we're going to see a completely different Tyrone Mings. I think he's just going to be absolutely amazing. And I'm glad he wasn't played for England because they were just an embarrassing bunch of fuckwits because Southgate's just a dick.
Yeah, and he's an imposter. Everyone said it. He had an easy run with England. He had a bit of luck behind him, and he had a great squad. If you put any of his predecessors in with that squad and that run, they would have done a lot better than him. And I do mean that.
Just touching on Southgate, how can that guy play 6 or 7 defenders against Hungary? How can he come out in the press conference and go, well, we didn't play that well because it's been a long Premier League season. They've been tired. Well, hang on. You've just played Harry Kane for 2 matches, and you've got Tammy Abraham, who's just broken the Roma scoring record, sat on the bench. You've got Grealish, who only plays half the time for Man City. You don't start him. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Tyrone.
Back to Tyrone.
Yeah.
And his nipples.
His leadership for us, he's taken us for. I do feel he's actually got better.
So do I. Yeah, I think
he's
just inconsistent.
Yeah, but he's allowed to make a mistake here and there. But I think a lot of it's pressure. I think it's the shit around him, and look, it doesn't help.
He is the scapegoat of all Villa fans. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
His game is watched so carefully, so
Yeah.
then Villa Twitter can explode.
But
If he does one thing wrong, it's all over Twitter.
As a centre back at the end of the day or a keeper, one mistake, everyone remembers it. Striker misses 3 goals and you draw 0-0 or you lose, he'll get him back next game.
It's interesting, Noah, that you say, that Mings is the scapegoat. I wandered onto Red and White Cop after Liverpool got beat in their Champions League final, and I was expecting Trent Alexander-Arnold to be getting absolutely fried for his fuck up that led to their goal. One comment I read in 13 pages. They get behind their players. Is this fundamentally one of our biggest problems? Is that both online and at the things that the Villa players get on the back? The Villa fans get on the back of the players rather than being behind them 100%. And this puts the pressure on players that just should not be there.
But look, this is a big boys game, Troy. It
is. But
if you're out there, you got to take it, and you've got to come back better the next week. I do hear what you guys are saying, but also Tyrone Mings, when we signed him, we were in a very different place to where we are right now.
100% agree.
Right, and Tyrone Mings has been great for us, right? But there might come a time, and I think he's got about 6 months to a season to prove himself again.
Yes.
That he's good enough to stay as one of our centre backs, because we're at a different stage now where we can't afford these mistakes. And the toxicity online, a lot of it is absolutely disgusting, and I don't agree with any of that. And we all make mistakes, especially when the team isn't functioning. Like you said, we don't have a proper DM. We don't have, we're chopping and changing centre backs, his partners. Constance didn't have a good season.
No, not at all.
All of these things are a factor, right? But I also think that he needs, this is a huge 6 months, 12 months for him.
I think the addition of a new coach who will guide him hopefully better, a defensive midfielder. Look at how he plays for England. He doesn't put a foot wrong. I don't think England have had a goal scored against him while they're playing. This guy hasn't hit his ceiling for us yet, and I think he's a long way from doing it. Sorry, Noah, go on.
That's all right. I was going to say, I remember, I think Ollie Watkins got a bunch of online abuse, and he actually replied to someone's Instagram message saying, "Keep quiet, you know nothing." The guy fully ripped into him, fully gave him a bunch of shit saying you're a baby for crying, what the fuck you doing to score goals, mate. And then Watkins actually replied saying what keep quiet, you know nothing, or something. There was a famous quote every time you score a goal, someone would put it on Twitter. But I think it's a hard task being a footballer. When you have people on your back constantly, ripping into you, so
they say that, Noah, if it's that hard, just quit. Or 2, you get paid someone's annual salary in a week.
I know. Trust me, I know.
They want the Lamborghini, they want the hookers, they want the fucking the $10,000 champagne when they go to the clubs. They want the good parts. That's a problem, yeah. Everyone wants the good part and mental health, bullshit. They want the good part, but when it gets tough, and tough is raising 3 kids on 2 fucking jobs. Tough is, Kyle Walker said, he goes, mate, I've got the best job in the world. My best mate gets up to go build cabinets and does 14-hour days. That's tough. He goes, you say, it's a tough day out there. He goes, we played football. I made £100,000 in a week. It was a bit of fucking rain. That's not tough. So I understand, you got to, it's part and parcel, yeah? If you're not, what's going to come with that level of fame. It's like a celebrity or an actor or an actress. I understand they're human beings too, but they're paid a lot more. Their lifestyle is a lot greater than 99% of other people.
No.
They're very unique.
I'm just saying
but I think
isn't good.
No, I totally agree with the abuse, and it's not on, and a lot of it can turn sort of nasty and racial at times with him, and that's completely unacceptable. But I think the fact now that we've got 4 centre backs that are all at a high quality, I think will put pressure on him, and that's only good for us as a club.
Oh, Chambers, that's the 4th. I'm like, Courtney Horse,
No, Chambers. Well, even Courtney Hawes, he's in there. But yeah, I mean, we've got Chambers, Carlos, Konza, Mings now, and hopefully that will take us to a next level in terms of defense and cut out some of those silly mistakes.
If we don't sign another centre back, who would you start next to? Who would you have as your third choice? Would it be Konza or Chambers? Chambers for me too.
He never put a foot wrong every time he played, and there was numerous times we said, "Why did Chambers get dropped?" Like he's centre back scoring, and interceptions are great, and also Konza's like we shouldn't sleep up. Come on, he whinges every time we concede. He's never accountable. If we concede, the whole defense is guilty. The whole team's accountable. Don't get young plays like that.
I think he got second season blues a bit. Konza.
It was his third season.
Well, yeah, but his second season in terms of real, being first team football and being you're right. It is his third season.
That's one interesting comment. Talking about players asking, when we're asking about why players got dropped, Sanson, however you pronounce his name. Apparently, he put in a good word for the club when Kamara was looking to join. That's a very unusual thing to do for a guy who doesn't get a run.
And so did Jordan Amavi
as well. It's kind of like the Buendia when he gave Coutinho a hug or something. And, Buendia started on the bench. I don't think he came on one of those games, but Coutinho was gunning it. He comes and gives him some words of encouragement at halftime, puts his arm around him as they walk into the tunnel. You don't see that kind of unity. So I think we've got some cohesion and something is brewing for the better here.
Well, not only like people at the club, like Jordan Amavi apparently was big in Kamara coming as well, who's a Marseille player, played at Villa in probably the most toxic time and worst time to beat the club. We got relegated within there, and we were shocking in the first in the championship. And for Amavi to go, hey, it's a pretty good club. I'll go there. That must speak.
Wow.
We talk about QPR and that, but we forget we are a massive club. You rewind back to the days football started. There's a lot of history that paved the way for today's game. Football's evolved. Blah blah blah. A lot of those, Champions League games, whatever it was called, the European Cup was played with like a leather volleyball. That's all right. Still part of football. It's part of the culture. We're a huge club. We
100%.
are. We forget that. We look at today's last 20 years since money came into it. Oh, these are big. They're not big clubs, half of them. I said we are a massive club.
Yeah, if you'd seen Man City's trophy open top bus tour, I just saw a picture of like an overhead picture of the amount of people there, and it just said, "I've seen more people at an Asian wedding."
There were more people, right, at Grimsby Town's conference trophy tour. It was crazy. And Grimsby Town is a tiny place.
Yeah.
And they obviously got promoted. And Ranky, by the way, who's a Villa loanee, was playing in that game. I think he came on about the 80th minute, so played extra time. He actually played very well. I watched the game.
Ranking.
Yeah, the guy.
Right back.
No,
yeah.
He's midfielder.
Is he?
Yeah, midfielder.
Oh, yeah, he's midfielder. That's right.
Rankin is the forward for the Gold Coast Suns, Noah, but good try.
That's Rankin.
So we've got all these players coming in. Who's going out to balance the books? Obviously, we've got financial fair play to look afterwards. We've got, I think, 31 players registered with too many. So who's going?
My mate Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Trezeguet, El Ghazi, Courtney Horse will go. Wesley will go. Douglas Luiz will go.
How much did we pay for Wesley? Come on.
A lot. 20 million.
And do you know what? He was playing like semi-pro football in Brazil. He couldn't even get a club.
Well, he was too busy having kids at 14.
Yeah.
On his knees a shot.
It's getting interesting for him because obviously he's been a bit of a flop. Injuries haven't helped him because when he scored that goal against Burnley, he's actually playing really well. And then obviously
he was a big Brazilian prospect. Remember, he was coming off the bench for him.
I know, he played for Brazil. That's crazy to think that he actually got on the pitch for Brazil.
He's only young. but I think his time in England is done. So I
Oh,
think he
yeah.
will go back to Belgium, where he actually played really well. Hopefully, he rediscovers his form, and all the best for him. But I think his time at Villa is done.
Talk about re-signing for that prime money again. That guy's good Man United twice.
I know. But also, by the way, Keenan Davis will go as well. And obviously, we just sold Matt Target for 50.
I don't want to say this one, but Gilbert probably.
Yeah, Freddie.
With the Nantes left back, apparently. He's meant to be a freak.
Who's that?
Who?
Yeah, Martin or whatever his name is here.
You got Kes. Sorry, while you're looking at it, Tom, we got Kesler Hayden. Who's Kesler Hayden? I've only ever seen him play once, and that was against that Man City in that cup game. And my God, he was impressive.
MK Dons.
Quinton
was even better.
Quinton Merlin, his name.
Oh yeah, Merlin, I've heard of.
Yes, a gun left back, and Nantes have been playing well in France.
All right,
is a gun left back going to come in here to play second fiddle though to Dean?
DA, who plays 1 in 4 games, probably will get a good run of games, Troy.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so we'll move on to another thing I wanted just to quickly touch on. That was I saw on social media just a few hours ago that Leon Bailey had a car crash with his family. Thankfully, everyone is okay. Just a few cuts and bruises, but if you've seen the picture, it looked like a real nasty one. The car was on its side up against one of the mountains there in back in the Caribbean. So, yeah, hopefully the Bailey family are all doing well, and hopefully he comes back fit and raring to go for next season. And the last thing I want to touch on before we finish is it's 1 month from today to our first preseason match against Walsall, our annual Walsall match that we play. And then, of course, Villa are coming out to Australia as well. So, Troy, how's the preparation going up at Brisbane for the arrival of the team?
Yeah, it's looking good so far. We've booked out the Pig and Whistle in King George Square. There's for those that don't know, there's a few of these Pig and Whistle pubs in Brisbane. Leeds United fans have booked out one. We've got one right in the middle of town, opposite Town Hall, and we're in discussions at the moment to have Town Hall lit up in claret and blue. So that's good. It's going to be an intro. This is for the night before the game. There's going to be a bit of a get together, so that's going to be exciting. And then I'm not going to be there for the one before and after the game, but I think it's called the Paddington.
Yeah.
Paddo,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be really exciting. There's going to be plenty of villains going up to Brisbane and Perth as well. Townsville.
We'll have to do a halftime podcast up on the media platform.
I reckon
we'll definitely do something, and at the Pig and Whistle as well, we can get together and shoot some stuff. It's going to be very exciting. And any of you guys out there that are planning on making the trip out to Australia, please come down to the Pig and Whistle and say hello. So it'll be fantastic to see you all. And I think there's a few touring parties coming. You know, maybe like 2,000 or 3,000, hopefully from overseas. So
it'd be good. It'd be really good to see it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, Troy has told me he will not be signing autographs, guys. So he's too famous for that. No autographs from Troy Eccles.
Yeah, no, I will.
He'll sign someone's titty or something.
It'd be good fun. But my bank account doesn't like me too much. Obviously, I bought book trips to Perth and to Brizzy, so I've spent a little bit. Got to save now.
It's a big bloody country.
Oh, it's huge.
After the party, we need to figure out if we're going to do it at Cleos on Nile, the Viper Room, or Montecito. There are apparently the 3 best brothels in Brisbane.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God! I'll leave that to you.
We're going to.
It'll look at as I say the 16th, the Friday the 16th at night. I think we advertise it's going to start at about 5 o'clock.
The game's on Sunday though.
What?
The game's on the Sunday.
My bad.
Yeah, but we're doing that on this. Oh, okay.
Saturday.
Yeah, the Saturday. Sorry. Yeah.
Come on, mate. You live in Brisbane. You never know what's going on.
Right, everything was humming along, and then it's all gone a little bit quiet. Obviously, things will start to get a little bit busy a couple of weeks before the game. But if you want to know the details, just jump on Aston Villa Fans Australia, and all the information's there. Anyway.
It's all fun.
Big shout out to the fans, but we're one short of 200. So, guys,
there's 200.
Ladies, gents, and anything in between, come on, get that like.
That's
Be the
it.
200th, and let us know if you are the 200th in the comments.
Yeah, actually.
Definitely.
Scott, I
And-
think you're notified who it is.
If you're subscriber number 200, Noah's going to send you a special Roma Man City scarf
Or his Birmingham City beanie.
or his
Mate,
Birmingham City beanie.
It's Fight MMD. Big thing here
Oh.
in Australia. Get around it.
Look
Come
at
on.
that.
No,
That's-
we're on 199 subscribers. Our video from a few weeks ago about Aston Villa coming to Australia has done quite well. So, check that out, share that with your friends. And we'll be doing another one. When we get closer to the game and when we're over in Brisbane as well, we'll do some stuff over there. But we're going to finish off tonight. Noah's got a bit of a sort of a new quiz for us, a FIFA quiz, is it?
It is a bit of a FIFA quiz. It's all
Yeah.
obviously Villa related.
Okay.
Because poor Troy wouldn't be able to cope if I did random.
Oh,
other
poor
ones.
Troy, who's currently kicking your ass in the regular quiz. Thank you
Regular
very
quiz
much.
because you cheat. You cheat. We all know you cheat.
Once,
Fair enough.
once I
Once,
kind of
yeah,
cheated.
All right.
Oh, wait.
All right.
We
And
can
I
do-
didn't have to cheat to get Burkina Faso.
You can do a game quiz for Troy about Pac-Man or something.
Did I?
Space Invaders.
Okay, so how's this going to work, Noah?
So obviously on FIFA Ultimate Team, I'll grab one of these bad boys here.
Yeah.
You can see they have different stats. So they have.
That's Coutinho, 1-0 to me.
So
This is-
that's
well, no, this is
pace.
Coutinho. So
That's
it's
pace, shooting.
dribbling, defending, physical, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then the overall rating. So that gives away Coutinho's inform rating. But anyway,
Yep.
I'm not going to talk about that. So I'm going to go through different stats and ask for your guys' opinion on which Villa player you think is the best in stats. Now, these stats are also broken down into different categories like strength, stamina, like for physicality sort of stuff. So I'm going to ask different questions about those who you think is the best Villa player at that. And then
Okay.
we'll go from there.
Sounds
But-
good.
So if I start with I think this might be a bit of an easy one.
Yep.
We'll start with pace. So which Villa player, according to FIFA 22, is the quickest at Aston Villa?
I'd say Leon Bailey.
Bailey, yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
This is a no-brainer. So
Well, it was before he crashed his car up a mountain in Jamaica.
No, I think Bailey's got good acceleration. I think it could be Ollie.
No, I'll say like about a 90 pace for
If one of you guys get his exact pace, I'll give you an extra point.
93.
89.
Bang, Troy gets it first. Got it.
Bailey,
point.
93.
Troy is down 2 points. That is spot on from Troy. And I love that very much.
wow.
Closes
Isn't he
Villa.
like the fastest player in German league ever or something like that?
That I don't know of. All right. According to FIFA 22, who has the highest overall rating at Aston Villa on their normal card? Obviously, no special cards included.
Emi Martinez.
Yeah, I'm going to say Emi Martinez.
All right.
I
Emi
think
Martinez is one of two.
84.
He's one of two.
Yeah,
Who
can
is
we get a second?
Oh, Coutinho.
No.
Mm-mm. Yeah, not Coutinho.
No. There is one player also on 84.
Danny Ings.
Not Danny Ings.
McGinn?
Not McGinn.
Ollie?
Not Ollie.
Dean.
Who'd you say, sorry?
Was it
Mac-
Dean?
It is Dean, yes.
Ah.
First one, Troy. 3 points now for Troy.
How's he doing this?
Hey, but I got Emi Martinez.
Oh, I'll give you 1 point.
Yeah.
You get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't get it first. You didn't get it first.
Have a guess. Well, we're entitled to a guess.
Stupid blade points.
I
It
guess
is stupid. It is stupid, but it's also just for a bit of fun.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So, I was say according to FIFA, this one should be easy in my opinion. I'll get this right.
Give me a
okay?
sec.
Right.
Let me just get Google.
Get Google up. You reckon? Get Google up. According to FIFA, who is the strongest player?
Mings.
at Aston
How are you
Villa?
measuring strength?
It's strength. So there's actually an in-game strength stat. According
I'll
to
say
FIFA.
Diego Carlos.
Well, he's not.
What?
He's
He's-
not.
He's not a Villa player? Because I'm
No.
pretty sure he is.
No, but on FIFA 22.
Ah, well, what about the updated patches and everything?
He's not at the moment, Scotty. He's not an Aston Villa player.
Look, okay, I bet I'm sticking with it.
What's
Mings.
What's
Carlos.
That? I think it's Mings. Yeah.
You think it's Mings? You think
Yeah.
it's Mings?
Mings.
Emmy keepers have crazy strength as well.
Keepers have crazy strength. Jeez, all right.
Yeah.
That's new to me. That is new
Well,
to
it's
me.
certainly not Jacob Ramsey.
Definitely not. No, I can confirm it's definitely not JJ.
surprised Coutinho had 61.
So was it Mings?
No, it's not.
Ollie.
Ollie.
No.
Hawes.
It is Courtney Horse.
Yes. Yes.
According to
Okay.
FIFA,
I like being this side of the quiz where I can
It's
answer.
different,
them.
isn't it?
Horse
Yeah.
is actually a big unit.
He
Yeah,
is.
close.
Yeah, I heard there was a recent
And what?
This
interview with
last one,
McGinn, yeah, where they said that Hawes lifts the most. So that's why I went for him.
No, what's Carlos's overall FIFA rating?
82 for Diego
That's
Carlos.
all.
That is all.
No, but he had a good year with Sevilla.
Yeah, it'll go up. It'll go up. He hasn't got a cap for Brazil though yet.
No, he
So-
hasn't. Hopefully he does. Hopefully
Yeah.
he does. All right. I'll go one more. This one, actually, I'll do two more.
Okay, two more sounds good.
Two more sounds good. All right. This one should be relatively easy, I reckon. There's one player, I think, well, you probably would know who it is, Scott, if you've already seen the video. But according to FIFA 22, who has the best dribbling at Aston Villa?
Coutinho.
Mm.
Is he buffering?
I'm just waiting for everyone else to answer.
Scottie's buffering. Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna say Burkina Faso.
Definitely Coutinho. What's that? 92, 93 in the background. You can.
All right. Yeah, it's Coutinho.
That's not his special card, but yes, yes.
Burkina Faso.
He has okay. So
You gotta look beat the
on
game.
their base card, Coutinho has 88.
Yep.
Leon Bailey has 84. Burkina Faso has 82. And then Buendia has 80.
Mm.
I thought Buendia would have been a close second. Wow. Okay.
I agree. I would have thought so too. That's
I would
But-
have thought
But Bertrand Traore's got some swag about him. You know, he's got that.
That he does. That he
He's
does.
got that extra bit of like
I feel
flair.
I feel like he can still make an impact off the bench. He was awesome for us.
Do you?
Yeah, he was good 2 years ago.
I think that's the problem. A lot of these players, they serve their purpose at a certain time, and
But,
then it's evolved.
but we kind of play with these like inverted wingers now. Like
We
it's
do.
not. It's you
Well,
know.
the thing is, it's like Coutinho out wide or Buendia. I don't
Yeah, it's
mind.
like number 10s. Like it's.
Oh, you wonder why we're lacking goals here? You're playing, attacking mids out wide. What are they going to
That
put?
we are.
so. Did I
All
win
right.
that after being panned at the beginning? I won?
No, there's one
I've
more.
got
One
Two
more.
more now. I found another one.
Okay.
This one's a bit tougher.
He's
So
going
I'll
to
do
keep
this one
asking
first.
questions
No, I
until
won't.
Scottie
There's two
wins.
more.
Teacher's
There's two
pet.
more.
Hey, I got one. I got Hawes.
Yeah, I know you got that one. So according to FIFA 22, who is the slowest player at Aston Villa?
Ooh.
John McGinn.
Nah, it's got to be a goalkeeper.
Hey, yeah.
I will tell you, it's not a goalkeeper,
Oh,
Okay.
Could be
and
cool.
it's not McGinn. It's not McGinn. Troy, he is
Is it Wesley?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10th slowest. Is it Wesley? No, it's not Wesley. He is fourth
Because
slowest.
his knee's fucked. He can't run.
Yeah. So it's not Wesley. He's fourth.
Is it Horse?
It is Horse. It is Courtney Horse.
Oh,
With
it's because he's full.
61
It's
pace.
because he's full of muscles. That's all
Yeah,
slowing
that's
him
it.
down.
He got some pace on him. Mings. I've seen him do those big sprints.
Now, I haven't done a shooting one yet, but which Aston Villa player has
Danny.
the worst
Oh.
shooting? Yeah,
The
screw you. 'Cause
worst
it
shooting.
was Danny. Danny does have the best, but I'm not asking that.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
worst shooting.
Coutinho.
Nakamba.
Not Nakamba. Surprisingly, he is not even. He's near the bottom, but he's not.
Consa.
It is Ezri Konsa.
Not
From
true.
going off active Aston Villa players,
Great goal.
it's Ezri Konsa.
I said Coutinho because he blazes so many over and so many wide.
Coutinho's one of our best.
So who's one of the non-active players that's worse than him?
Axel Twanzebe, who I don't think you guys would have thought.
I
of
would
picking
get
now.
the centre back. Yeah, it's simple. Yeah, who shoots the least?
He has Konsa has 39 shooting. Then Ben, is it Christine?
Yeah,
He
Jaden
has 42. Then Mings has 44. Courtney Horse 45. Matty Target 46. Nakamba apparently has 49 shooting, which I think is bullshit.
I disagree with target shooting. He should be in the 60s.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
Yeah, I'd take Target over Nakamba any day.
So it's not a ratio of shots to goals or shots to misses.
I
It's,
don't know how FIFA do it. I don't know.
FIFA come out with a number.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
get Cash shoots 6 a game, 5 go sky over the bar, and 1 goes in. So
But Danny Ings is our best with 84.
Yeah.
And then it's Coutinho with 79.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Well,
then El Ghazi, 78.
It doesn't work on shots to misses.
Ollie Watkins only has 75 shooting, which I think is
You
BS.
got lacking goals, Noah. That's why.
I know, it is why. FIFA. You know, that's what they say. Matty Cash.
It's that. I remember FIFA 06. I was signing Neymar back then, and I used to call him Hazard. I'm like some random Belgian.
Right, it's
Go
in
from
England,
like
it is Hazard.
Go from
I think we need to hit Tommy Lazaridis up for next season's signings. Come on, who are you picking, Tommy?
Bissouma top of my list, 100%. That guy's so underrated. Bissouma
is he good in FIFA though? That's the important thing.
A weapon. And well, it doesn't matter if you're good in FIFA. You've got to be good in the EPL, Scott. That's the other thing, you know. So he breaks up a lot of play. He does it very well.
But we got Kamara now. We got the better one.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick a striker for me. Like, we need to go. Honestly, you know who I wish went down? Burnley. I would have taken Wout Weghorst as a would have two up front.
Burnley did go down.
No, we should have taken him.
What?
Wout Weghorst, good forward, man.
Nah, man, come on.
And there was a guy I wish we signed years ago.
Was there some crack sprinkled on that pizza that you had earlier?
No. There's a guy.
I think we need to wrap up because you're talking some funny shit around. Veghorst, come on, man.
But there was a guy that I do wish we signed years ago. His name was Bas Dost. He played.
Bas Dost, yes. And we signed Benteke instead of him.
He played for Heerenveen 2 seasons in Holland, yeah? 34 goals and 37 goals in 2 seasons, each season.
We signed Benteke instead.
No, he went to Wolfsburg and I said we should have signed Bas Dost. Was about 27, just as we sold Benteke. Would have signed him in his prime. And this guy is lethal and 6 foot, and he's just a weapon. If you got anything to do after this, go type in Bas Dost.
I know about him. He's good.
Bas Dost versus Heung-min Son. Wolfsburg beat Leverkusen 4-3. Bas Dost gets 4. Leverkusen gets 3. And Bas Dost scores the winner at the 94th.
The end of this podcast is as crazy as the start of it.
I haven't saved in my YouTube from like ages ago.
Well, yeah, we better move on from Bas Dost because we've run on to nearly an hour now. So good time to wrap it up. But we're going to finish up, everyone, with some videos that you might have seen on Instagram of all of us 4. Just thanking you guys for the season. What a great season it's been. We're pretty much at 200 subscribers right now. And we've had some videos do really well, and we really enjoy all of your support. Please keep liking, keep subscribing, and tell your friends about it. And we are going to be back next season, bigger and better. And even before then, we've got Villa's trip of Australia, and we're all going to be in Brisbane together. So keep an eye out for that. And up the Villa, and we will be back in a week or so with more news and updates. So we'll see you then. Catch you, lads. See you later.
Hey, Villains. Just want to thank everyone for their love and support on the Coop de Villa podcast. It's been a pleasure working with Scott, Noah, and Troy, and here's to many more coming. And thanks to all the Villa fans. Thanks to the haters as well on YouTube. Much love. Thanks.
Hello. Thank you, all of you, for watching, supporting, liking, subscribing on Coop de Villa this season. It's been a fantastic year, great season, and really looking forward to the pre-season. Villa coming out to Australia and seeing you all in Brisbane, in Perth, and then going forward into the English Premier League season of 22-23. It's going to be fantastic. Big year for Villa, big year for Steven Gerrard, and big year for Coop de Villa. And up the Villa. Love you all. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Kenny Rogers. No, it's Troy from Coop de Villa. Just a quick video message to say thank you for watching this season. It's been a lot of laughs. It's been more enjoyable for me as reigning quiz champion, and I only had to cheat once. And I did that discreetly. Those other guys cheated every single week and didn't even try to hide it. We got a good season coming up, not just for the new signings, but of course next season the podcast is going to be called Troy de Villa. Now that doesn't make an awful lot of sense, but Scottie Coop has been very generous and he's allowed us to share our names around, and I've decided that I'm going first. Now, if you come into Brisbane, come and say hello. Not to me, Go and say hello to other people. I don't know you. And what are you doing in my house? Go away. Go on, beat it.
Hey guys, it's Noah here from Coop Villa. Just want to say thank you so much for the support on the first season. Cannot wait to be back for the second season and be joined by Troy, Tommy, and Scott once again. So yeah, thanks for all the support. Almost 200 subscribers in the first season, absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to hopefully see some of you guys in Brisbane and Perth when the Villa boys come down under. See you next season.